Okay, welcome back. This is Matty from Oz Retail Group in number 11 in the 35 ways that we can improve our business. Number 11 is merchandising. Merchandising is probably one of my favourite things about retail. It allows you to be creative. Each person can put their own spin on it, so there's no real right or wrong. And it's just something you can really have fun with, and it's something I really enjoy doing when I'm in store. So a couple of things about merchandising. The layout of your store. Is it designed for sales? And are there like products nearby? So if you've broken your store into categories, obviously the like products need to be near each other. There's no point in having one particular product and then something very similar way over the other end of the store. Do you need to redesign the store layout for a better customer flow? So if you think of big stores like IKEA, these are stores that have mastered customer flow, and it's almost like once you're in, you have to see the entire shop before you can get out, and it's designed that way, and it's designed to flow from one area to another. So they've put a lot of time and effort into that, and it works. Can you attract new customers and spark interest? So things like window merchandising. Some stores are better than others. Do you have a customer flow walking past and you need to grab their interest with some window merchandising? In-store displays, if you've got the space for it, specific areas that you can do or we can display. Simple things like fixtures, are they clean? Do you need to replace them? The fittings, are they dirty, bent, discoloured, worn? Those sorts of things do make a difference, and although you see it every day, you may not notice. So you may need a fresh pair of eyes just to come through and tell you, just make you aware of that sort of thing. So that's a big thing. Changing seasonally. As the seasons change, your displays should change as well. Don't leave the same display up for more than, I would say, a month, but 3 months at maximum. Every time somebody comes in, they need to see something different. So your regular customers, think of them. Make sure you're changing up your displays. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just do one, and then next week you might do another one. Week after that, another one. Your signage, make sure your signage is clear. So what it is you're trying to advertise there. A big one that I'm always on about is, are the items in the location paying their way? So if you think of the zones within your store, your hot zones really need to be paying for themselves. So if they're in the best location, they need to be bringing in the best money. Whether it's dollar figure or quantity, you need to ask yourself, is this location paying? Is the product in this location paying for that location? Think of your store as a big shopping center, a little shopping center, and every shop has to pay its own way, and location of each shop matters. So near the doors obviously would be higher rent. Are those shops the ones that get the best traffic? They need to be paying the most amount of money through your till. So check your product locations and make sure if it's in a prime location, whatever you have there is paying its way. And of course the higher priced items right on the buy line, as it's been for many years. The I line is the buy line. So some important things to think about, and I've just done a quick search just to show you some visual cues. If we jump over, add some retail merchandising tips. This is just a supermarket, of course. Supermarket is a good overall, but you can see some colour blocking here. This is actually the neatest supermarket I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's obviously just open for the day, and as soon as some customers come through, it's not going to look like that anymore. So colour correct, so your colour blocking. Now I was always taught either colour block horizontally or vertically, but make sure you are colour blocking in some way. And if you just have a look at some pictures here, you'll see the way colours flow and the way the colours are being blocked here. So some ideas for you. Just of course Google these if you want to have some ideas. Rule of 3. Now this is a good one. a rule of three groups products, likewise products together, and the simplicity of three is quite important. So if you have, I saw one here, see this one here? So as you see, it's a drink bottle, a speaker and a pair of headphones. It's obviously the wood and grain finish is really what we're selling here, but the simplicity of just those three items draws quite a lot of attention to it, so I do like that one. But have a look through those as well. Cross merchandise, as I mentioned before, like products, so strawberries and cream, cakes and fruit in the food world, but in other worlds, of course, you've got like products. Merchandise them very close together, where they go sort of hand in hand. Be trendy, this is where your creativity comes out. Integrate digital marketing techniques, merchandising techniques, touch screens, something that people want to actually touch and can touch, not the product. Make it shareable, that's an awesome tip. If somebody can take a photo of it and post it on their own social media, that's the work being done for you. So if you make a really creative display and invite people to post and maybe hashtag in your company, excellent idea of boosting your own brand there. Be trendy for yourself, so this is just showing you can set things that go with each other and the trends and what goes with what. You can set that up for the customer. Point the customers in the right direction, of course. Things like pricing is very clear, of course. The fonts are readable, all that sort of stuff. Now this is a Coca-Cola one. This is a real attention grabber. Most people wouldn't be able to afford an elaborate merchandising item like Coca-Cola can, of course, but it's an idea and it stands all by itself. It doesn't need anything around it. People know exactly what it is and what it does, and invites them to come and touch. So feed the senses, so plenty of lighting, really good lighting, even backlighting, that sort of thing. They say signature scent. I wouldn't be putting smells and stuff in there unless your product really calls for it, but things like that. And hold events around your product. So you might, one week you might want to hold a specific launch of a product. So make sure your products tell a story, your merchandising tells a story. So this, as you can see this, I love this, a window in Tiffany. Now Tiffany's a huge brand, of course, so it doesn't need a lot of focus on the product, it's more telling the story. And you can see this whole window, it's framed, it's got a whole story going here, and the only item is this tiny little, I think it's an earring in here. But all the focus just points straight to that. But it's telling a story, and it's really focusing in on just one little product within that whole story. So I like the simplistic view of that, but it's also quite a complex way of doing it. But I think it works. But that's where your creative will come into it. So track your progress, just like advertising. Return on investment is what you're doing, getting a return. There's no point in doing this, leaving it, and no one buys that product. If you want to try it for a small amount of time, try it for a week or two. If it doesn't work, change it. You need to be getting a return on investment. You need to have results for the effort that you put in. So that's very, very important. And that is about it for the merchandising, I think. So have a think about all of those, and by all means, I want you to jump back onto our Facebook and hashtag merchandise, and I'd love to see some photos of a new merchandising thing that you've done. Let's share, and by all means, again, put your company name in there. This is a two-way street. We want everybody to see and help and get your brand out there, but I'd love to see your marketing ideas. So I'll leave the link below. Definitely go into hashtag merchandise and post us a photo of your latest work.